Baby Kamikawa is here. And the one and only Alan Weiss, ladies and gentlemen. These two men are here thanks to the liberal judicial system in the state of Nevada. We negotiated with our parole officers separately, and they can actually still be in the same building, which is right. Yeah, yeah. So you want to jot that down. You want to jot that down. Once again for Alan Weiss. There we go. We're going to wait till they sign it. So I want you to keep this exuberance that you're displaying. Livy, you know what I'm saying. Keep this bubbling energy as we open the show. So I'll just are all systems go, Jason? Yeah, everything's good. Okay. Welcome to the LA School of Comedy, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for the LA School of Comedy open mic night. Open mic night. How about that? That's that. And you all, first of all, let's do this. You guys are here. You made it here. You're not sitting at home. You made it here. Give it up for yourself. You made it here. It's rough to get out of the house. Gasoline is expensive. You know, it got back expensive again. I don't even buy it anymore. I just buy cocaine and run everywhere. It works out once it gets over $5.25 a gallon. It's actually cheaper. I don't know if you do the arbitrage on that one, but that's how it works. And tonight, you guys are in luck. It's free cocaine night here. Free cocaine night, Oliver. Oliver, as you can tell, I didn't have any drug-free material, or I would have done it. But that's okay. We're very happy to have you here. So, what I'd like to do, you want to get that? Did somebody get a page? What I'm going to do is I'm going to run through the rules for y'all of how this here open mic runs. Shall we? Okay. First of all, I want to tell you I feel great. I feel very great. I was feeling so great today. You know what I thought I'd do? I thought I would get in my car and drive 32 minutes and pay $10 to be mildly ignored by my peers. But not here, baby. Not here. Not this. Give it up for here. This is an open mic where we laugh at each other. That's what we do. We don't. You know, some people feel about open mics the way that Judge Clarence Thomas of the Supreme Court feels about affirmative action. Just the soft bigotry of low expectations. But not here. This is my home mic, and at this mic, I feel like I do when I'm at home, riddled with anxiety and judgment. So. There you go. Thank you very much for my maladies, your pregnancy's maladies, my torture, but that's good. I like the clapture. I'll take the clapture. So I found out I'm persona non grata at Chuck E. Cheese. They kicked me out. It's the third time this week. Kicked me out of the ball pit. Something I got to bring my own kid with me. Damn it, that's ageism. My kids are all 60. They don't want to go anymore. Actually, I will let you guys know something. I had a monumental birthday. I'm now north of 50. Thank you. It's a fancy way of saying I'm 60. 60 years old. Are you married, Oliver? You are married. How's it going? Do you do anything special to keep your love life, vibrant? You and the missus. What's the missus's name? Your wife. What's your wife's name? Listen, they get mad in real life if you forget their name. I'm just going to let you know. I've had 3 of them. I've had a lot of practice. But you know why? I know I married the right woman. You know why? Because I married the wrong one before twice. Twice. My first ex-wife, who for legal reasons I must refer to as plaintiff, we were mismatched in the boudoir in the bedroom, It was a mixed marriage. I'm an Irish Catholic, and she was a sadistic Jehovah's Witness. She couldn't get off until I slammed the door in her face. Hopefully that went over Oliver's head. But if you guys are acquainted with the rules of the Jehovah's Witnesses, you would find that fact hilarious. You would. But now, my pleasant wife, I've just spent 31 years of marriage. Thank you. 31 years of marriage with the same woman. It's hard to stay in love. It's easy to fall in love, you guys. You're swiping right, swiping right. Try staying in love. It's hard. My wife and I, we employ. Are you married? You're not married? Anybody here married? No. We're in deep trouble. Anybody in love? Anybody just banging around? Just kind of banging around? Give it up for Brennan, because I need him to keep banging around. I'm about to collect Social Security. I need fresh bodies to pay in to the system. We got here. I was a little tense earlier today, so I got a massage. Yeah, and I always ask for a woman. I always ask for a woman, not because of anything sexual, but because I can pay her 28% less. Strictly a fiduciary decision. Alan appreciates that. He's my CPA. He told me. He's yeah. This is good. You guys, you want some of this? You can't wait to get up here to get some of this. Well, we're gonna get to that right now. Are you guys ready for your first comedian? All right. Well, I have seen this gentleman around town, and as I remember, we're in for a treat. You guys like treats, right? Give it up for Michael Varnak. Michael Varnak, give it up. Come on, pal, baby. Keep it going for Michael.
Okay, thanks, guys. I'm Michael Verbenek. How old are you? 13. Oh, 13. I was hoping like you were a little person and you were 21, because like now half my set is gone. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I didn't know this was going to be a clean mic tonight. Yeah. You know, if you announce it's your first time going up in a room, people are generally pretty supportive. People will clap for that. I've also found that if you suck and you bomb really bad, and then you get pissy about it and you blame the room and you say, oh, fuck you guys, this is the last time I go up in this room, people will clap for that too. It's almost a guaranteed big finish. So I'm recording my set tonight, so I'm going to pause after each punchline so I can edit in a laugh track later. Just a heads up, the longer I pause, the funnier the joke was. If I catch you guys looking at your phones during my set, I'm going to start airdropping my jokes. So, did you guys know that James Cameron wanted to cast O.J. as the Terminator? But he decided not to because he thought that O.J. was too popular and well-loved, and nobody would believe him as a merciless killing machine. Oh, gosh. Man, what some people will do for a role in this town. So everybody have a good April Fool's Day. I love April Fool's Day. It's my favorite holiday because I hate to miss a chance to post a selfie in a dress. And April Fool's Day and Halloween are the only 2 days I can get away with that without having to have an awkward conversation with Mom. I know there is an actual coming out day, but I think the LGBT community really missed a trick by not making it April Fool's Day. Because if it doesn't go well, there's a lot of second chances built right into that. It's like, Dad, April Fools, put away your will. So, you know, I signed up with Central Casting because, you know, I figured, you know, what the heck, I can be background in like a cowboy show or a biker gang, maybe one of those shows like Game of Thrones. So far, I've been cast as homeless man and prison inmate. I've even been cast as homeless and prison inmate in the Star Wars universe. I am literally universally typecast. I thought I had an upgrade last week. I got cast as a client in a legal drama, so like pre-prison inmate. But innocent until proven guilty. So the assistant director pairs me up with a guy in a suit and he says, okay, you're his lawyer and you were selling, and I said, drugs? Then the AD felt bad for typecasting me, so he tried to backpedal and he says, no, I wasn't going to say you're selling drugs. I was going to say you're selling ice cream. You're selling ice cream on the street. So now I'm a pedophile. Straight out of Central Casting. So if any of you guys are casting directors out there, I'm available for all your drug dealer / pedophile casting needs. I'm willing to work. I'm not going to go on my computer and do any internet research on that pedophile role. The drug dealer, see me outside later. Last year I got offered a background job on that movie Bros. It was the first mainstream Hollywood gay rom-com. I just wasn't comfortable with it. Maybe I'm homophobic. Does homophobic mean you're afraid you'll get a hard-on if you watch gay sex? Guilty. So let's see. I'm getting ready to go home and visit my mom. You know, for a comedian, going home to visit your family for the holidays is actually a tax write-off as a work trip. Because we all come back with material. Last year when I went home last Christmas, I saw that I hadn't packed enough underwear. So Mom says, "There's some of Dad's old underwear in that dresser." That's how I found out my dad used to wear thong underwear. That's also how I found out my dad was hung a lot bigger than me. Which is actually one of the better ways to find out your dad's hung better than you. Man, talk about a stocking stuffer. I did a couple of shows when I was back home, but I didn't invite my family because I figured out that people won't laugh at your jokes if they don't really like you. Okay, Pat's laughing too hard at that. It's funny because it's true. I don't like him. Thanks, Pat.
I love you.
You know, that's I love going home to visit Mom though, because like she doesn't let me spend any money. No matter how old I get, she still insists on paying for everything. Last Christmas, she bought dinner, she bought movie tickets. She even gave me money to get a lap dance. I mean, she didn't say, "Go get a lap dance," but that's what I did. She tucked those 20s in my pocket and said, "Spend this on something that brings you joy this holiday season." Just like I tucked those 20s in that G-string and said, "Spend this on something that brings you joy this holiday season." That's how Mom ended up paying for my lap dance and a stripper's 8-ball last Christmas. So, let's see. Yeah, you know, dating is tough in LA, especially when you get older. Girls used to think I was a catch. Now I'm a throwback. I said hi to a girl on Tinder. She said, "Hold on, I'll get my mom." I finally find the dating apps is a little more attuned to my demographic. It's for like more mature people that just want to hook up. It's like Tinder. It's called Elder. Hooked up with this girl on one of those alternative dating sites. Turns out my safe word is "quit it." I tried Hinge, or as people my age call it, The Hinge. Look out, girls, I'm on the hinge. Everybody was too young. It's out of my age range. So I went on an app where the people were like more like around my age. Yikes. They had to call that one cringe. I tried the Bumble. Same thing. Everybody was too young. Luckily, they had a link to one of their partner apps for people around my age trying to find a date. It's called Stumble. I wanted to impress this girl, so I took her on a skydiving date. First few times, they don't let you go alone. You have to go tandem with an instructor strapped on behind you. I think mine got a hard on. It was a long drop. He kept saying something about hip thrusting to steer the parachute. Is that a thing? I'm not going back. My date seemed anxious to give it another shot, though. Got a phone call from this girl, and she said, "Listen, dude, I'm pregnant, and I'm pretty sure it's yours." I said, "Hey, it can't be mine. I've had a vasectomy." She's like, "What? If you had a vasectomy, then why did you pull out?" I said, "That was the money shot, babe. I was live streaming. Because I'm an influencer. When my followers tune in, I deliver content. I deliver loads of content." Okay, if I'm being totally honest, at my age, I'm just good for about one load of content per night. I don't mind being the old guy at the comedy club, though, because sometimes a young guy will think I'm a booker and he'll buy me a drink. "Thanks, kid. I'll try to get you up sometime." No matter how bad it gets, though, it's still not as bad as during the shutdown. We all had to stay home all the time, sit around in your pajamas. I went for like 8 months without even putting socks on. Well, on my feet anyway. We all had to try new things during the shutdown. I tried FaceTime dating. Isn't it reasonable to expect FaceTime sex on the third FaceTime date? And I bought dinner, I DoorDashed pizza over. Come on, let's see those boobs. I remember my first real dates after the shutdown didn't go so well. I was rusty, I was out of practice for all the dating etiquette and courtesies, I was going to get her some flowers from the guy at the off-ramp on the way over, but he didn't have any flowers, so I got her a bag of oranges. She wasn't impressed. I took her to a comedy show, and the comedian says, "Who's dating out there?" And I started to raise my hand, but she pulled it down and said, then she turned to the guy on the other side and said, yeah, we didn't have a lot in common. Ran out of things to talk about. Had these long, awkward silences. Got so bad, I had to make a wrong turn on the way home to get her to say something. And even then, it was just, no, wait. Just let me out up here. Okay, screw you guys. This is the last time I go up in this room.
Michael! For Verbenek. Michael Verbenek. One more time for Michael Verbenek. Yes, baby.
Yeah, it's a little different as you age, A little different. You hit the big 6-0, you know what I'm saying? We still enjoy the things other men enjoy, masturbation. But once I masturbate now, the night's pretty much over. It's not working up to anything. It's pretty much over. It's done. I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. Does that make sense? Do you get where I'm going with this? I just need a sandwich and some downtime. But hey, one more time, give it up for Michael. Michael and I have the honor of being at a certain age here, and it means something for Michael and I to be here tonight. It means something. It means there's 2 empty seats in the balcony at the Muppet Show. All right, we got some Muppet references there. Very good, very good. Well, are you guys ready for your next comedian? I've known this next comedian for years. He's very funny, a very good friend of mine, a personal favorite, and a very sexy man. Give it up for Brennan Weeks. Come on. Pow! Brennan Weeks, give it up.
Yo, all right. Oh, boy. Give it up for Michael, guys. That was good. Michael, you look like the last guy in the OTB decided to do comedy. Does that make sense? Playful roast. Gotta watch out. Your mom's trying to live vicariously through you. Guys. She wants you to get early. She's thinking you're her retirement plan, which is very incorrect thinking. This doesn't pay anything. This is the worst career you could choose from. Don't do this. You will go insane. All right, don't do it. Boy. You guys remember when you had money? Remember that? Remember when you had money, right? Like money meant something, right? I am just old enough to remember when like $20 could get you through the week. Remember that? Right? There was like college, like freshman year. I was like, I can get cigarettes, some beer. Now it's just like homeless people don't even take $20 anymore. They're like, come on, man. Come on. I don't know. I remember when I had money, I could buy Groupons. Remember that frivolity? That was fun. Buying Groupon. It wasn't a life or death situation every week, right? Just splurge on yourself. I remember I had some back pain one time, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a Groupon, right? I got one to this chiropractor, right? I was like, because my dad did chiropractic. He got like hurt at work, and he was like, yeah, it just did wonders for my back. And I was like, sure. And I made the incorrect choice to choose a Korean chiropractor, all right? It's a very different experience, all right? White chiropractors, now that I know, treat you with decency, right? You ever been to like the Korean H Mart and you just see them abusing all the fish produce? Okay, I gotta write this better. You ever go to like a Korean supermarket and you just see like the butchers and the seafood people just beating the shit out of the animals? You ever see that? Like just shoving them in the tanks? Like that's what a Korean chiropractor feels like. Okay. Didn't speak a lick of English, right? We're trying to communicate like what my body needs, and he's just doing like really aggressive hand motions, just like snapping things, and I'm just like, all right. So he puts me in a figure 4 leg lock, and I feel great. Okay, that's good. I don't know. It's like The Walking Dead outside now. We've lost all sense of humanity. Like, I saw a woman with a dislocated jaw the other day. I was like, are we in a video game? Is we just really just meshed? I just look for omens in homeless encampments. Do you do that now? It's like a magic eye. It's just like, what image am I actually looking at? Is it a castle? Like, is this? I don't know. There's like one of those deep moments when you're just like, admiring the hellscape that is Los Angeles, and you just see like an art piece, in that moment. Mine was a slowly drifting shopping cart on fire. I was like, this is the times. I was like, this is a snapshot. 2024 is just a drifting shopping cart in the wind. The wind was blowing the shopping cart. It had a sail. It looked like a robot. It looked like a fucking, like how the Explorers, like a Christopher Columbus on fire shopping cart from Target. Missing the wheel that stops it. You know what I'm talking about? Like, they figured out that far to dismantle it. I don't know. One thing I realized about Korean chiropractors is they have the same decor as the restaurants. That was nice. It was all emerald green. Smelled like soy sauce, and there were dragons everywhere. I don't know. I've been looking to sell my soul lately. Fuck working, right? Are we done with this, right? Trying to shake my ass at every well-dressed white man I see out here. Good day, sir. Right? Just trying to sell their soul, man. Going to Hollywood parties, man, you get a little crazy. Ooh, still tender. You know what I mean? Just you can't get a little wild out there. I don't know. Yeah, I realize trying to sell your soul requires talent. That's something you gotta have too. You can't just walk around being like one of those like Venice mixtape rappers. You know what I'm talking about? It's good music. You're like, I'm sure. I had a closer part with being like, yeah, I met the devil, and he was like, yeah, I'm good. He's like, you're all right, man. I'm half black and half white, right? But with my complexion, I'm only allowed to say the N-word about 5 times a year. Okay? And like most black people, I am 6 niggas in debt, right? It's only April. So you guys pulled back on that. If it was a blacker crowd, it'd been nice, but just me and this guy. And we make one J. Cole. It doesn't count. All right. You're not married, right? Just raising this bastard. That's what you're doing. Hey, look. You're like LeBron James, bro. All right, it's you, LeBron James, and every other fatherless guy. You hang out with your dad? You know your dad? No?
Yes, he does.
He does? He does? Look, man, we're going to open it right. This is material. I am prompting you for material. Is this painful? No. Just kidding. I don't know, man. I've avoided kids like the plague. I don't have kids because I am a teacher. All right, I'm a teacher. That's what I do. All right, so you're fine. You'll be fine. Just do your homework, all that other jazz. You're gonna be fine. Shut up during class. That's it. All right. I feel like I've gotten it back in spades. Like being a teacher today is horrible. Kids are horrible people. There's no guidance whatsoever. Right. I don't know. I had a kid bring a gun to school. It was a really cool gun, all right? I was like, look, I'll just give it back to you at the end of the day because I don't want it. You should bring this home, bro. Bring this home. You know what's so funny? I teach in the hood, and it's just, that's like normal. That's like normal. That's fine. Like everybody, they don't even realize like it's dangerous. Like kids when you're growing up, like there's a gang called, what is it called? STV, Street Villains. That's the name. Their whole MO is just the R word. You want me to spell it out for you? You want me to spell it out for you? It's not the L word, that's for sure. Rape. Yeah, that's their whole thing. And they have graffiti all around our school, right? And it's like that's their territory, right? It's just around the school, right? And all the kids know about it too. They always talk about it, just like, yeah, man, Timmy lost the race that day. And it's just like, that's their reality. So now every day at the gate, at dismissal, I just let him out and I go, run, run as fast as you can. Zigzag, you know. I don't know. I don't know, it's not all bad. Thanks, too. Great. Everybody, again, don't think that you have to become famous doing this, right? Because none of this makes a goddamn difference at all, right? It pushes the needle, maybe not at all, right? I want to be famous like the Calvin and Hobbes author, right? You remember that guy? Just do your work and just leave it alone. Every time like a reporter would come, he'd like hide. Like that's what I want, right? Anytime anybody wants to give me more attention than I'm willing to give, I'm just gonna run away, right? Hey, you wanna be on the Tonight Show? And just, I'm not doing it. Okay. Last bit, and I'll get out of here. Lost my momentum, but that's fine. You know, if you do ayahuasca and you still don't give money to homeless people, you're like a bigger piece of shit. Right? All right, thanks guys. I'm going to weeks. Bye.
Yeah, baby. Keep it going. Keep it going. Do we agree, Oliver, that we should be kind to each other, right? Isn't that the way to be? I was over, many of you know, some of you don't know, but you can find me in the afternoons in front of Gonzalo's Pupuseria. It's on Lancashire, and there's an unhoused maiden there who I adore. I adore her. And today, word to the wise, do not eat 4 pupusas and drink 3 cups of coffee before you come to host the stand-up comedy open mic. I am and I recently turned 60. That is the shark demographic. Can happen at any age, but it's a living occupational hazard after this point. You know, you got to be careful what farts you trust. Don't we all? We have to be careful of life, what farts we trust. But this unhoused maiden today, God, I adore her. I'm in love with her. She called me Hot George Bush. Look, I'm happy, baby. I'm happy. Call me hot anything. I'm 60. And a guy, I went to give her $5, you know, because I do that every day because I love her. I'm secretly and deeply in love with her. And a guy from the car goes, "Hey, she's just going to spend that on drugs and alcohol." I said, "That's what I was going to spend it on." Yeah, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Am I right, Oliver? All right, give it up for Oliver. That's my man, my main man. We're going to bring another comedian up to the stage. This man, I got to tell you something. He recently, on his way over here, stopped a sexual assault. He changed his mind. Give it up for Lee Schwartz, ladies and gentlemen. Lee Schwartz, come on. Oliver, give it up for Lee. Give him a little love. Come on, he's going to be up here eventually. Here we go. Lee Schwartz!
Okay, well, I had a plan, actually, but Oliver's here, so I drew a blank, and I came in, and it all just went away, and they can't get it back. But definitely, kids are terrible these days. They are. Not you. Other kids, you know. But anyway, so I was trying to figure out, this is the 11th time I've done this, and I'm getting the hang of just it kind of, I guess you can call it whatever the hang is. So, but I was talking with a friend of mine. He's a comedian, at least he says he is. I've never seen him do anything, but I asked for his advice, and he looked at one of my tapes, and he's like, "You're too rated G. You're boring. You got to get down and dirty. You got to get down there and just do it." Okay. And then the one night that I had planned to do this, Oliver's here. And Oliver, don't feel bad, but that's why I went out the window when I walked up, and it's not your fault. So now we go into unscripted territory. So I can't guarantee what will happen, whether I can cause psychological harm to everyone here, and they have to run out, and I'm not responsible for that. So it's your chance to leave, and that's it, So I don't know, fear is my friend, they say, but I don't know. I don't know if it's your friends, but after this, you might be terrified. So anyway, so the point is, I was going to have you sign a waiver, says, but you'll be okay in the future, and you won't be harmed forever, and seek therapy right after this. But you'll be okay. So anyway, unscripted versus uncensored, which is a big difference. Okay, but I don't know if that would have been tonight. I don't know. But anyway, so much for plans. So, and fear is my friend. So, and I think about fears I've dealt with, deep-seated fears. So fears. So actually today, little things scare me, and I don't even know why little itty-bitty things scare me, but I was in the supermarket, and I was waiting in line. Everything was okay. I was getting to the point where I was going to say what I wanted, or, and the lady at Vons, she said, I said, I don't have an account. I don't have an account. I didn't panic over that. No, that wasn't it. But then she said, you want to, 50 cents, you want to get off these chiclets or whatever. I don't remember. So I'm like, fine, just give me your number, okay? And I said, I don't really care. It's not that important to me. So she's like, do it, just do it. I'm like, I'm feeling brave now. Okay, fine, I'll do it. She takes the number, and she said, oh, see, it went. And she's like, thank you, Carlos Ramirez. And I'm not Carlos Ramirez. And I'm thinking, how did this happen? And I'm thinking, what? Somewhere along the way, how's this conceivable? And the little things that you should just let go, then it got my mind thinking, what along the way did an account that I had become someone else's account? And then, someone might be, I don't know, walking around using, my being to get coupons, and what would I find, would something happen to me where, or even he'd track me down, and say, you shouldn't be using my account now. So, and then he'd find me. But anyway, so they should have rolled off your back, rolled off. This is something you go on and just enjoy your day. But me, I had to think about it. How did I get to be Carlos Ramirez and become some other person that, I don't know, he might find me somewhere. Carlos might be at my house waiting for me. Once he registered, somehow he knows that I was using it, and he was found out. And I'm to blame, and he's going to get me. So, and then walking home, then to my car, and I'm thinking, is Carlos in the parking lot? Is he waiting for me? Is he going to track me down, as I said? But anyway, but then I let it go, and it's over now. I got through it. It's over. I can relax, okay? There's no one here. There's no Carlos. Carlos is here. No, okay, good. I'm glad. I'm happy. There's lots of other people that may have stolen my identity somewhere along the line. But, I'll survive. You know, who wants my Denny anyway? I mean, I'm a boring person. Boring, just completely, you know, good luck, take it. I don't care. Fine, you know. Enjoy. You'll live a boring life. You won't get anywhere. You know, good luck. Enjoy it. You know. Fine. Yeah. You'll find out how boring it is being me. You know, day and day, just watching the clock go by, and just, oh my God, what do I get to do today? I don't know. So, Carlos, if you got it, use it. Okay, you'll be thinking, why can't I go back to Carlos? I used to be somebody. I used to be some person. Now I'm Lee Schwartz. Can I get myself back? And then he comes to me, maybe, and I say, I like Carlos. I'll be Carlos. I'll be him. Yeah. And then I guess maybe I still am. Maybe after today, I feel like Carlos. Maybe. But so anyway, the point was, you know, that I came up here and I wasn't paralyzed by fear, just a little bit maybe, and I still am. But somehow you're going to survive, and you're going to not vicariously experience my fears. Well, I don't know. As I said, I gave you a chance to get out. You didn't want to go. I'm not responsible. Okay, psychologically harmed. You know, I'll give you a number of therapists. You know, you can explore your deep-seated fears, but don't blame me. I didn't do it to you. Something else happened. Okay. But then just one last thing that, you know, there's one thing I am very scared of, and I still am scared of, believe it or not, is being beaten up by a girl. You know, and I am, and it's happening. It hasn't happened, but I mean, no, it did happen. I'm sorry, it did. Actually, I didn't want anyone to know, but it did happen in 4th grade. Honest, the truth is, her name was Erica, and one day I was just making fun of her friend, and she's like, "You don't do that to girls. You don't make fun of girls." I'm like, "Oh." And then I started making fun of her. And then she's like, you know, I'm going to beat you up every day after school. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? She was a big girl, though. And so I'm like, yeah, right, sure. So after, you know, I was thinking nothing of it. Then the bell rings, 2 o'clock, and she goes, start running now. And I said, no. She's like, start running now. So she's like, go. And I start running, and she was fast. Fast girl. And then she catches up to me, and she grabs me by the hair, and she drags me into like a little, this was in Roosevelt Island, New York. It was kind of, you know, there's nowhere to run there anyway. You're stuck on an island, but yeah, so I couldn't get out. So she pushed me all to the side. There's a little bit, and the only thing I was thinking, and she grabbed me and she pushed me down, and she didn't let me get up. She kept pushing me, and I'm like, this is a girl. Like, get with it. And then I'm thinking, geez, she's really throwing me around now, and I'm just hoping none of the other kids see what's going on, especially the ones who I play baseball with. They're really like, they'll never let me play again, beat up by a girl. So she was nice enough to put me on the side and just beat me up and not let anyone see it. And that was very kind of her. Very nice of her. So I thank Erica for just never, but she did it for a while. She really did. It became like part of the curriculum, really. You know, they said, work it in, you know. You'll run, it's like phys ed, you're running, getting beaten up. So, and then it happened for a while, and she always would catch me and I know she kind of liked me, I guess, maybe, but sometimes she just would push me down and just wouldn't let me get up. And I sometimes just start crying and let me go to my mom. Okay, and then she let me go, and she's like, run. and then, you know, that was the story. but I survived.
We don't have the clicker for the light.
Oh, I was waiting for it. Yeah. All right. Well, I survived to make it here, unscripted and uncensored. Thank you. Thank you.
Give it up for Lee Schwartz. How about that? Lee Schwartz. Oh,
you can
hit
find.
me. Hit me. No. Let us know where you can be found.
Instagram, Lee.Schwartz 585.
Give it up for Lee Schwartz. Yeah, baby. Lee, does your present woman beat you? Does she kind of beat you? Because yeah, sometimes I think I think that might be your thing.
Yeah,
I think it could. I strangely.
It's like being beaten up.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I like a woman who can, beat me while making me aroused at the same time. Yeah, it's a strange taste. It's a strange taste. How we doing? Are we doing okay? We doing okay? Now, just so you guys know, this is the part of the show where you, all of you, just look at me and feel a little bit better about yourself. Give it up. My gift to you. My gift to you. And a gift to you, Oliver. Oliver, how do you like the show so far? How's it going? What do you think? Thumbs up? Thumbs down? One of these? What do you... He's getting a thumbs up from Oliver, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Well, listen, while you're clapping, let's get it together. Hey, I said, hey, I was gone for a second, but I'm back. Okay, I'm back. It happens. These things happen, as Mike knows, these things happen. Because for a second, and it happens to me sometimes, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know how I got there. I don't know any of that. My mind goes. And that's not the scary part. The scary part is when it returns. That's the frightening part. So anyway, let's get excited again. Come on! Ladies and gentlemen, this next comedian has come here all the way from Long Island. Long Island, and yes, she does have mob ties. Give it up for Cece the Ice Pick Trezza. Come on! Cece the Ice Pick Trezza. Keep it going, or there'll be hell to pay. Come on! Wow!
Don't say my name like that. Don't let them know.
Hey,
Oh my God. Who likes my outfit?
Yeah!
Ooh, okay, I don't. It's given like a JoJo Siwa vibe a little, and I didn't mean to. I don't know. I got these pants from Target, pretty cool. But I've been pulling off the little crystals the whole time. If you heard that like little noise, that was me like picking them off. I think that should be like a type of ADHD clothing brand. It's just like it comes with things that you can like pull off. Like, so it's kind of like the pop socket type things, you know? But okay. But you pull them off and then you like, it comes with like the glue gun and like more rhinestones to do it again. And we fight fast fashion. I think that's a really good idea. This shirt, it just says, as you can probably see, it's just purple and then purple bananas. I think I made this when I was like 15. I think I like literally went on Etsy. Like I took the time to go on Etsy and be like, yeah, this is funny. This is cool. And then never wear it again at all. So I thought today was the day. But speaking of JoJo Siwa, how do we feel on her? Oh, do you want to elaborate?
Steal songs.
She did. Well, she bought it from her, but yeah. She's a little. I don't know how to feel on her. I feel like she like. Maybe could be bullied a little bit more, you know what I mean? But at the same time, she's like not doing the worst things with her fame and wealth. You know, people do worse. But she came out with this new song and this new type of look, and some people were saying it's a humiliation ritual. But I think that's like hilarious if someone's just like trying to rebrand and everyone's saying, oh, it's a humiliation ritual. Like that's really, oh my God, what? Oh my God. And I don't know that they necessarily want her in the Illuminati. You know what I mean? I think some people, they're like, we're good, honestly. What you were saying, I thought about it too. I don't think that they would want me. You know what I mean? I'm nice. I don't think they're gonna, want me for sure. In the Illuminati, but that's cool for me. But guys, I try to act like intense and I try to act like, ooh, you know, like I'm gangster. But like at the end of the day, I'm drinking boba tea. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm just a they, right? So, so maybe I'm not as gangster as I like. I'm like taking a photo. I'm like, I'm so gangster, and there's like tears pouring out of my eyes. How was the eclipse for everybody? A little silly, Oh, you protected those eyes. Did you feel it though? Did you feel anything? Yeah.
I didn't even see Get Dark.
Yeah, no, it was a dark day. It kind of was like the moon went over the sun that day. It was a dark day. It was a little silly. All right, let's see what I got here. Okay. I don't think there are any non-binary people in the IRS. I just don't think that's in their like blood to do that. You know what I mean? Like that's more of a straight guy job. You know what I mean? It's just we're not doing that. You know, we owe money too. I went to my friend's birthday party a while back, and she had this game we were playing. It was like Marco Polo, and in the side room she had made like a fort, you know, where people could like run through. And so we played Marco Polo, but we had things over our eyes, and we were running in that like little in that like playroom with like the fort. And then there was someone with a Nerf gun who was supposed to shoot us. So you guys can even imagine what that felt like. It was supposed to be a birthday party, but it felt a little bit like an active shooter drill, which I guess you guys couldn't imagine what it felt like. But in the moment, that's what you're thinking. You're like, oh my God, where's it coming from? It was, yeah. Happy birthday to her, though. I was recently trying to get on Twitter. I don't have a Twitter account. I just want to see something I was trying to get on. I don't know if anyone's tried to do that recently, but like the software to get on there and like the tests and trials you have to go through is crazy. Like it's crazy. Like it's all the questions to make sure you're not a robot, and it makes me think maybe I am a robot because it's a complete puzzle and like mindfuck. And you have to, when you like complete the first puzzle, you have like 10 more puzzles now. Like it breaks it into chunks of 10 more puzzles until you can finally get a Twitter account, which is crazy. That's so crazy. I got a job today, which is super cool. Yay! It is working with kids, though, and from what I've heard in this room, not too great. So, but I think I'll like it. I think I'll like it. I told my family group chat, and I think they were a little bit too happy. You know what I mean? Like a little bit too much of congratulations were going on because it's not that spectacular. I could do that. I could get it. It's a thing I can do. Like thank you for the support. And I realized to say like they're like Scrabble library people, you know, and I'm Twister Cafe person. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? You guys know they're all Scrabblers and they like the library. Everyone in my family, I visit my brother in San Francisco and we like go out to like lunch together. And then he's like, I'm gonna drop you off at the library. You can spend the rest of the day there. I was like, what? He loves the library. It's crazy. This is a text that I sent my mom. I'm just going to read this out loud because I think it's hilarious. But I sent my mom this a few days. I think it was the eclipse. I said, sad. IDK what to do. She said, do not be sad. Get your laptop, notebook, and pen and go to the library or start making accounting entries. First call or stop by local H&R Block to make appointment. Which I thought that was crazy that she would think that would take away the sadness and not just increase it tenfold. You know what I mean? And so I responded, if I do that, I need a little treat to reward myself. To which the boomer did not respond. They were very much like, what is a little treat? They don't know what the little treats are. They're like, you don't get rewarded for being a human. But that changes with us guys. Now we do. I think that there should be marriage counselors for two screenwriters who are working on a screenplay together. I don't know if you guys have ever been in that situation. It's a lot going on, a lot of heated things going on. I think like a screenwriting marriage counselor could like really be good. Maybe I should do that. I think that would be a fun thing to do as well. Let's see what else we got. Oh, okay. So today I was walking around, you know, as it goes. I was with my dog. My dog pulls into Petco. She wants to go to Petco. She wants a treat. But she is vegetarian. She can only eat veggies and tofu, which Petco doesn't have a lot on that. So I'm like going in, and this guy's like, yeah, I can show you this like type of topper. It's just like dried veggies, whatever. And I'm like, but you know what? Should I just like cook vegetables every day? Like, should I like meal prep with it? Like, what do you think? And he's like, well, this is like the dry food topper. And I was like, yeah. And is it more practical to get that though, or should I just like buckle down and like stir fry some vegetables and give her that? Should I be a good, better pet parent? He's like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Right? It's like, this isn't in my pay grade. Yeah. All right, that's all I got for today, guys. You can find me on Spotify or Instagram at Trezza, Trezza. And on Instagram, there's some H's after the A. Woo!
Yeah, baby. You taking off, Brennan? Hey, you taking off, Lee? So we have a mass exodus going on here. Hold on, man. We got 2 more comics. You're going to miss comedy gold. Tell them they can't leave, Oliver. Well, you know what? I never liked those guys anyway. Never really cared for them. Good riddance. You know what I say? Goodbye. Get out. Get out. We don't need them. Well, we're winding this comedy caravan up, baby. Are you guys excited? I know I'm excited. My nipples are hard. I knew I'd get Oliver one way or the other. Nipples when you're 13 are like the holy grail. You see, here I'm going to share something with you. I so admire Oliver because he has a phone in his pocket. And on that phone, there are access to all the naked women you ever wanted to see in your life. And he's 13. He's seen everything. He's seen it all. I was 19 before I saw a naked woman, and it was my aunt. Still, monument. I'm just saying we didn't have every bit of pornography in the world in our pockets. But we would have used it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not criticizing you. I'm not criticizing you. I could not be stopped. I saw a naked woman. I did. I see. And I thought to myself, I don't know what I do, but I want one of those. You know, so I'm going to have to learn to talk to them. You know, that's how it works. They're owner operated. I don't know if you know that, but yeah. All right. Well, we got rid of them two dirtbags, and we got a great comedian coming to the stage. He's one of my favorites. His comedy really adds up. Give it up for Alan Weiss, baby. Alan Weiss. Wow. One more time for Alan Weiss.
Thank you. Hello. Oliver, what's up? Give you some piece of advice. Become an accountant. Stable. And you always have work. The 15th of April and the October 15th. And if you're corporate, you have March 15th and September 15th. So there's always work to do and people willing to pay you. So I don't want to shock you, but I am an accountant. And as an accountant, I'm considered a nerd. However, I'm the worst nerd ever. I've never read a comic book. I don't program HTML, and I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, I've seen Star Wars, but I've never masturbated to it. But if I was to something, it would be to Microsoft Excel. Because I just want to get a girl into my sheets. I went to my boss's office, and he likes to give me all the juicy gossip at work. He's like, with the caveat, I can't tell anyone. You know how hard it is to sit across the table from someone and know they slept with everybody in the office? But you. So hard. I was in my CFO's office, and the billionaire CEO came in, pissed. He was pissed, angry. He's like, if the board doesn't give me what I want, I'm going to quit. And then he turns to my boss and says, you can come and work with me at one of my other companies. And then he turned to me, and then he left. One day, I'll be good enough. I was cooking. I know it's a prize, but I cook. And I know, looking at me, it looks like I don't eat. Okay. But I do cook. And I was looking at the Best Buy dates. And the Best Buy dates, I was looking at my can of beans, and the Best Buy date was December 25th, 2029. And I was like, wow, that is really accurate. And it's weird, because they still can't predict the weather. There's a 60% chance of rain tomorrow. Maybe they need to hire the bean guy. Be more accurate. Get on that. I'm sick and tired. It's 55% chance. Do I go out? Do I do something? Do I plan something? I was looking at Best Buy dates. You know, I was cooking. I had to go in to get some spices. And I saw that all my spices, Best Buy dates, they're all old. So now I use it as deodorant. Yeah. It's good, smart use of spices, old spices. If I could whistle, I could. Okay. Avocados don't have a Best Buy date, but they should have a best right by date.
Yeah.
They should, because I get them back, and I open them up, and they always look like they're bruised and battered, like Like my love life? No, like a stress ball. It's kind of weird. It's like someone just really just taking all the anger on that avocado. And I had the unfortunate chance of buying that avocado and hoping I could eat it. I was like, damn it. Stop with the squeezing. Avocados. I have a water filter, you know. I have those, and those don't have best by dates. They have a best change by date. And I haven't changed mine in years, since February 2021. And it's weird because no one's ever noticed. And they've never complained. Probably because no one ever comes over. I'm lonely. I'm lonely. Sad, so sad. I think people should have Best By dates. Like my 1-year-old niece, she should have Best By 6 p.m. The ladies I date, best after 2 or 3 drinks. Or my grandma expired 27 years ago. Oh, she's dead, don't worry. She can't hear this. So I was cooking and I looked and there was extra virgin olive oil. And guys don't want that. We want the slutty olive oil. One that's been pressed one too many times. I am what I am. I come when I can. I'm Popeye the Cellar Man. Yeah. That's okay. So I went to my therapist and she told me I'm on spectrum. And I said, how do you know? She's like, your shoddy connection to people. To people. People ask, how did you get autism? I got my COVID shot. That's horrible. That's not how I got it. It was my measles shot. No, just kidding. The annual flu shot. Stay away. No. Some people say, how do you have such a great deadpan? It's called autistic. My therapist says, I need to teach you about love. Love, you need to teach me about love. So she says, your love language is touch, but I don't like to be touched, except for one place. My heart. Yeah. It's not what you guys are thinking. That's true. My therapist said I needed to date. Yeah, she said I need a date. So I went to a singles mixer, and all the girls there told me they had boyfriends. It's sad. I dumped that therapist. I decided to see someone new, and boy, is she difficult. She doesn't like the jobs. She doesn't like the girls I date. She doesn't like my life decisions. I'm like, Mom, stop it. God, come on. We have therapists. Our friends use us as therapists. My mom uses me as a therapist, and she hates it when I tell her she needs to pay. She also hates it when I tell her that's all the time for today. I'll pick my laundry up in 2 weeks. I can do my own laundry, but you just can't beat those whites. It's amazing. This the whitest whites. And I just gotta give it up to my father. He married well. He married well. I gotta fix that reverse there. Okay, we'll fix that one. Let's see. Did that one? Okay, so Passover is coming up in a week. Passover, it's in a week. Yeah, that's right. And Good Friday was a couple weeks ago, and my coworker came up to me and she said, "Hey, can I have a floating holiday for Good Friday?" And I said, "Well, we don't do floating holidays here anymore." And she says, "Well, can I then take a bereavement day?" I said, "For who?" She's like, "Jesus." I'm like, "Christ?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You're 2,000 years late." Let's try again. My coworker came up to me and said, "Do you have a Hanukkah bush for Passover?" And that's wrong for 2 reasons. First off, it's a menorah. And second, it's 2 holidays. One about oil lasting 8 days, and the other about constipation. And if you know anything about matzah, you know what I'm talking about. 2 minutes. Okay. But he did do that. He did come up to me and say, "Hey, do you have a Hanukkah bush for Passover?" And I was wondering what to say, so I thought I should have said, Yes, we do. It's in the backyard. We hide behind it, light it on fire, and hope and wait for Moses to come. And he brings plagues. Fortunately, I'm not the firstborn. I'm not the firstborn. Okay, that's all. Okay, so I went on a date. I did go on a date, and this girl, she comes. We were talking, and somehow it got onto this topic, and I told her my grandfather escaped from the Holocaust, and she's like, "Oh, mine did too." I'm like, "Oh, you're Jewish?" She's like, "No, he's a Nazi." It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. It was not the same thing. So I have trouble dating, you know, it's hard. Girls want guys that are tough, manly, ripped, you know, all those things. I'm not. And so I did what any guy would do. I joined a gang of accountants. We're the debits and they're the credits. And we go around and jump people. We go, "You've just been reconciled." And then we write them off. My name is Alan Weiss. Thank you very much. You can find me on Alan W. Weiss on Instagram.
Give it up for Alan W. Weiss, you guys. Funny stuff, man. Very funny stuff. Ow. Give it up. Give me a little more love. The one and only Alan Weiss. You can find him in the cooking oil section of Pornhub. Yes. If you look, he's on there. And you know what? It's funny, but I thought I smelled some expired paprika. You know what I love about like this whole, I think that the Zers and the millennials, they get a lot of shit. But what I really love is that, you know, when I was, a frisky dude out and about, sowing my oats, nerds didn't defend nerds. And your guys' generation, your nerds defend the other nerds. I love it. Give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself, you're just a bunch of badass nerd pirates. Come on! Oliver's clapping for that, but Oliver, he's got his hoodie up. He's one of the cool dudes. He's one of the cool dudes. What's your girlfriend's name? All right, I'm gonna lay off. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Haribo. You like Japanese candies? Haribo. Yeah. You do know we had a war with them a while back. Yeah, it was a long time ago. We won. This is going nowhere. This is going absolutely nowhere. Well, listen, we have our closer for the evening. Are you ready for your headliner? Are you ready? Okay, listen, keep it going for the comedy of Colin Aslay. Come on, Colin Aslay. Come on.
All right. Give it up for Patty, everybody.
Yeah.
Give it up for poor Oliver. For poor Oliver. I've been watching from the back here. All of the dirtiest jokes, all the comedians made pure eye contact with this poor boy on their worst bits. On their most inappropriate jokes. You've had the most eye contact from grown men. I don't even want to look at him. I don't even want to look at him. He's had too much eye contact with grown men. All right, you've had too much. All right, have you ever seen the movie Airplane? I'm just kidding. No, I saw the craziest billboard I think I've ever seen in my life the other day. I was driving on the 110 and I saw this billboard and it said it was for sexual harassment victims, and it said, have you been sexually harassed? Call 1-800-FU-BULLY. Ugh, F-U bully? We're gonna bring sex back into this? F-you, fuck you, bully. Like, no, I don't wanna, that's the last person you wanna fuck. It's the last person. It's like, and that's like such an inappropriate thing. Like, that's like if you saw a billboard for burn victims and it said, call our hotline. That's what that feels like. That's like if you've been like you got like your surgeon improperly like amputated you, and the phone number was like 1-800-cut-it-out. Like, that's what that feels like. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to my Fortnite material soon. Roblox is coming in, bud. You stick through this, we get you some Robux, okay? So, no, but it's crazy. Also, the other part, F-you bully? Bully? I don't think of sexual harassers as bullies. You know, like, that's a weird choice of words. You know, you're not gonna be like, ha, I got your tit. Like, no, that's weird. That's so weird. Give me your lunch menu, I'll show you my cock. Like, what? I didn't look at Oliver. The important thing is like, if I don't look at him, he's like a T-Rex. If I don't look at him, he's not there. He's not there. No, but like, what, are you gonna cry? You gonna cry? Yes, I'm gonna cry. That's an appropriate response to such a situation. Bless you. Shoot, I'm trying to remember without looking at my phone. Darn it, I'm so sorry. I've been trying not to look at this thing. I have a lame last name. I don't like my last name. It's not the last name, it's the combination of my first name and my last name. My last name is Turkish. My grandfather, the way it's pronounced originally is Aslay. When my grandfather came over to America, he changed it to Aslay. And shortly after, all my middle school friends changed it to Aslay. And my first name is Colin. And that's really fucking close to colon. The best one I've heard is colon ass play. I get to live with that. Some people have a shitty first name. Some people have a shitty last name. My whole name is shit. All right. So I saw this on the news. There was a 6-year-old boy who recently shot his teacher with a gun. Just to clarify. Shot his teacher. Isn't that crazy? A 6-year-old shooting his teacher. I just like to imagine what he would have said right before. You know, because, I don't know, at that age I've seen a lot of movies. I probably would have tried to have a slick line. I'll tell you when nap time is over. What color do you bleed? Crayon red? It's bad. For the last time, I don't like green eggs and ham. I swear to God, if you ask me to sound out that word one more time, I'm not sounding it out. The person who got in trouble was the vice principal because a bunch of other kids had reported that a 6-year-old had a gun and she did nothing to report it. But who reports a 6-year-old with a gun? Who expects? My teacher wouldn't even believe me when I said another kid was running with scissors. Who's gonna buy that a 6-year-old has a gun? I'm more likely to think of fucking. I gotta finish writing this joke. I got the energy. But the kid was still like held accountable because it's such an egregious crime. So like he was sentenced. What was he sentenced to? He was sentenced to a timeout without the possibility of nap time. I'm sorry. I fucked that up. So, oh God, I can't say this in front of Oliver. I'm not going to put Oliver. I've already said he's heard too much. I can't put him through another one. Sometimes I look at my, I go on dating apps and I look at my matches on the dating apps, and sometimes I let the matches like die out and I never respond anymore, or they don't respond to me, and now there's just like this list of people who I haven't talked to, but they're just there on my phone. You know, it's a weird thing, and sometimes I get bored. I don't have anything going on. It's like a Saturday night. I'm at my place. I'm bored. I'm lonely. So I go back to those old matches to see if I can maybe rekindle something. And it kind of feels like when you're hungry and you keep going back to the fridge. And you keep trying to check if there's food, and you go and you're like, nah, you leave, and then you come back and you're like, nah, that one's too old, nah, oh, that one, no, I'm not, no, not in the mood for Italian, no, you know what, I'm just gonna order Chinese. So this is a weird thing I've recently discovered. I can do a very spot-on Elmo impression. Oliver, you're gonna love this. I can do a pretty spot-on Elmo impression. Here it is. Hello, this is Elmo, and I'm this many years old. I know. I don't know. I don't know where that came from. That's the most expression I've ever seen from Alan in my entire life. That's the first. No, I can do that. But do you guys want to hear an impression of Elmo robbing a bank? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Excuse me. I'd like to make a deposit. Put the money in the bag. I should put the money in the bag. I'm not kidding. I do that impression on first dates. And it's a really good litmus test for whether I'm getting lit. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. If she likes me after that, she's a keeper. I haven't really developed this idea much, but just shoot, I'm sorry. Again, I'm just like looking through things this poor young man has been scarred so much. I can't put him through another one of, God damn it, what's wrong with my material? Okay, I said this to I was texting a friend recently, and I told them that I was going to arrive shortly, and then I looked at the text message and I realized it had auto-corrected to "I will arrive shirtless," and I always keep my promises. So I used to live in France. I used to do karaoke there. I don't know you laughed just at that. French. No, but we used to do karaoke there. And it's funny because there was this one French guy who would only sing Johnny Cash songs. And they don't sound good in a French accent. Just every week. I fell into a burning ring of fire. It went down, down, down as the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. I hear the train coming. All right, guys, that's my time. Thank you very much. You can find me on Instagram at Colin_comedy. Let's bring up your host, Patty, everybody. Thank you, Patty.
Give it up. We got funny stuff, am I right? Woo! You know, the only thing, and I think we all know this, that can stop a bad 6-year-old with a gun is a good 6-year-old with a gun. I think we all agree on that, am I right? Well, listen, we've had an occurrence. Are you going to do 10 minutes? Or you're not going to do 10 minutes?
I'm just here to,
Okay, well, listen, let's give this audience member a rousing applause for showing up when you did. You realize the show is over now.
I know.
Okay, well,
it would be better to wait in the car. I really don't mean to do that.
Well, it's a judgment call. And by the way, you might have made the right choice. No, I'm kidding you. We had a wonderful time tonight, did we not? And I do love Colin, because Colin is a man of his word. He said, I'm not going to look at him. I'm not going to look at him. And the whole time it was like, he's not there. I'm not going to look at him the whole time. It reminds me of something that my wrestling coach in high school said to me. He said, it's not gay if you leave your socks on, as I remember. Yeah. Just quoting what the guy said to me. That's all. Bent out of shape. But you guys have been wonderful. Give yourself a round of applause. Listen, if people think you're funny, they tell you you're funny, you might be funny, but you'll never know till you take it from the page up here to the stage at the LA School of Comedy. All right? Give it up. Sunda, good night, and may the least you ever get be the most you ever wish for. I'm Patty. Good night.